Very much, Miguel Marquez. Miguel, we'll get back to you in just a moment. Keep an eye on that scene. I want to bring in my colleague now, Chris Cuomo. Chris, you were at a scene earlier, a very destructive scene. We saw a baby being brought out. We saw a mother, a wife worried about her husband. We saw people throwing things out of buildings, businesses on fire, homes on fire.
Yeah, often in these types of situations, you've been in many of them, Don, everything kind of comes together in a moment, just lets you know all the different facets of a situation. And Jay McMichael, the photojournalist that I was with, he saw this phalanx of police moving up the street. We followed it, and sure enough, 2 fires had been lit of cars in an intersection, and it was kind of bait. And as we got closer to it, people started to really bring the full array of force against the police. They had bottles that were just bottles with fluid in them that had some type of irritant in them, and the officers were firing back with those pepper bullets that when they hit, they release a dust that's, you know, the same kind of problem that you would get with pepper spray. But there were also different layers of violence going on up the street. So what you're seeing in this picture right now is that car, okay? There's a delay, obviously, between what I'm hearing and that. If they can roll that again, if you can find it and roll it again. Jay McMichael and I, we've both been doing this a long time. Don, neither of us have ever seen something like this. This guy sped down the whole block towards that phalanx of police. They didn't move. And for some reason, that Bearcat, that heavy-duty vehicle, didn't ram the guy. He then did a U-turn and took back off down the block. And when he got to the corner, he put on his directional and then made a left turn. I thought it was a suicide mission, but they didn't fire at him. Nobody did anything to him. And then he left, and you'll see he's going to put on his left-hand blinker, and he's going to make a left. It was one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. But firefighters were there, and they would work in coordinated response. You'd have the police move up the street, move back these guys, whether they're locals, whether they're outsiders, I don't know. They had bandanas on, they were up to no good, and they were running in and out of buildings. And there were a lot of locals there worried about their homes and worried about who these other guys were and yelling at them. So the police would move them back. They would then allow the firefighters to come in.